He hits his mark center stage and is crushed by a baby grand piano.
You're replacing me?
Customize and save with Liberty Bibbity.
He doesn't even have a mustache.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Thaumaturge. 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 Thaumaturge.
Alrighty. So what's going on, folks? This is Matt here with Dark One Lifestyle Gaming. There's a fusion of last technology and gaming, and we are looking at the Thaumaturge, which is a CRPG of sorts, but mostly narrative focused from what I can tell. This is the demo. A key was provided for this demo by 11-Bit Studios via key mailer. So I'm not financially invested in this at all, but I do love me some narrative-based games. Before we get too deep into that, let's look at the options and stuff. Graphically, they do have a nice set of resolutions and stuff available as far as what you can do and whatnot. So, you know, well, these are all currently at epic settings, so the 30 FPS is mostly due to due to the streaming from directly on the machine, so do keep that in mind. Generically, I was getting about 45 on Epic on a 6600M for AMD, so I love the little, this version is not representative of the final quality of the game, so I do like that particular fact that they do make that very clear and concise. Alright, so I have literally just started this. This is controller and mouse and keyboard, so CRPGs tend to be more isometric, so this is very much in that ilk. This is a very isometric style game. Kind of just the overall.
I've already got what's yours this week. Mulchot, we're here to keep order, and that don't come free. It's getting colder, so the price is getting higher.
Hey, hey. Nice
The overall
voice.
presentation
Hey,
reminds me of very much of Vampire, however you want to pronounce that. Proud answer. Well, pride level, but we'll feed it even more. Or not only draws from your flaw of pride.
Actually,
We'll
I
try
have
it.
particularly warm ones. Thanks.
And sooner or later, it'll come back to bite them.
Don't tempt me, Luca. Don't tempt me. Give me a sec. Got to sort out formalities with these tourists.
Leader Snami, we're the Tsar's soldiers.
Those don't look like soldiers' faces. Closer to thieves.
I don't think he'll talk to us voluntarily.
Okay, let's see. So how start. Interesting. So this kind of got a John Wick vibe with cards and stuff. Kind of reminds me of John Wick. This is a Hex version. John Wick Hex, I believe. And then there's another game that kind of reminds me of this. I believe it's Joe Devers Lone Wolf. So like this style of combat is very reminiscent of that.
Is right.
They won't report us. They'll be too embarrassed to admit some cripple got the better of them.
I do like the voice acting, the flavor anyway. So generically, the whole concept of this game, from what I've seen, is very much about perception and whatnot. I have no idea what this is based off from, etc., etc. Honestly, nor do I honestly really care. So, for those wondering, I'm using a PS5 DualSense controller right now to do all the navigation and stuff. So, this is made with Unreal 5, by the way. So, in typical Unreal fashion, it does have a lot of the typical Unreal stutters and everything else that we've kind of gotten accustomed to, unfortunately. So the camera angle is fixed. This is why I'm calling it more of an isometric style game. I know technically that's probably not the right terminology, but whatever.
Forgive me, sir. Is your name Grigory Efimovich Rasputin?
I forgive you.
I'm sorry. It's just I've been looking for you for a very long time,
And you expected a thinking simpleton, an illiterate who swindles sick people and claims he can speak to God himself. I already said I forgive you.
yes, I've heard. Especially in Petersburg. I've also heard about the healings, even hopeless cases. Inexplicable ones.
And
Like I
what do
said,
you-
this very much reminds me of vampire, whatever, however you want to pronounce it.
If you help me, I'll believe all of it. And please believe me when I say I've tried everything short of a miracle. And I know the meaning of that word. I'm a Thaumaturge.
Where are you coming from?
I'm from Warsaw,
So, from Russia.
Poland.
From which Poland? The Russian one, the German one, or the part that belongs to Austria?
From Warsaw.
Do you have a name?
Viktor Szulski.
On my path, I've already come across people who've lied to me about their problems, and then gone around calling me a charlatan. After them, others arrived, with pitchforks and torches, and I had to endure insults and spit in my face, or flee for my life. And now you say you're a wizard from an imaginary country that no one has seen on a map in over 100 years. Forgive my amusement. I haven't had my first coffee yet.
I forgive you, and I'm still asking for help.
Prove you're a Thaumaturge, and I'll hear what you have to say.
What would you like me to do, sir?
I've met a few of your kind, so I know what you're capable of. Find something in this tavern that belongs to me, and tell me something only I could know.
First, I need to have something personal that belongs to you to learn your trace. It's a sort of pattern I'll use to recognize the other objects.
Smell this.
Rubies.
Have you figured anything out yet?
I'll return to you in a moment.
I can hardly wait.
I do find it interesting that Rasputin, of all people, thinks you're Harlequin. Okay, that's interesting. I wonder.
Learned wizard.
Well, you're a zealous man. It permeates every level of your personality, your faith, your abilities.
Not such an impressive discovery.
I haven't finished yet. In Petersburg, you left behind a very devoted and very young lady-in-waiting.
At least one, my friend. Have a seat.
Doesn't believe you're a charlatan anymore. Novel.
Tell me again, why were you looking for me?
I can't help but ask you about that young lady from Petersburg.
Careful, I'm starting to like you. But not enough to tell you about Petersburg. How do you think I might help you?
A few years ago, I attempted to catch a wild saluter, and that ended with me losing contact with my first saluter. That means I can't develop my abilities. I know that my Uber is there. Sometimes he shows himself, but I can't feel the link anymore. Generally speaking, I'm losing it more and more each day. If it disappears, my mind, I'll lose my sense of reality. I'll fall into madness.
I don't know if I can help you.
Don't know if I can help you.
I've got money, if that's what matters.
Give it to the needy. Your riches mean nothing to me. I meant I don't know if I'm able to help you. My gift is something I've received from God. Some I've helped, others I can't say.
I do like the voice acting, the eyes. So,
Maybe just do the same with me.
like if you
as
look
with
at the
others.
pupils of the eyes, they don't move, so it's
We
that
can
typical dead look in
Focus on my voice.
Unreal games,
You are
unfortunately.
safe.
Even with 5.
As long as
as
you
the
hear my
development
voice,
engine.
you are safe. Let me gaze into your mind. Let me see through your eyes. Let me in.
I don't want to let you in. You're creepy. Do, 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 do. It's the end of the world as we know. Uh-oh. Oh, we're talking. So for those that are going to wonder, this is going to be a very dialogue-heavy game. Which, whatever. Yeah, it is what it is. Like, this is a very narrative-focused game.
You've never grasped the science of spotting the perfectly obvious. Can you still not see?
What do I supposedly not see?
Flaw clouds your vision. It always has. Pride. Your damned pride and sense of superiority.
I must have gotten that from you, Father.
You'll lose, idiot. You always do. You're even losing against yourself. You can't see, but can you at least hear? You're weak, stupid,
No, I can't hear.
and blind.
Weak, stupid, and blind. Kind of like some Mac users that I know. Mostly the stupid part. And again, you can say about really any Mac user. Gamers
Do you
too.
hear me? Do you? Do you?
I can see, Father. Clearly.
Will you be lying there much longer? I wanted to sweep.
Dun dun dun.
Where's Rasputin?
In the cemetery, chasing away evil spirits and giving people comfort. You all right?
Yeah, yes, I do like the music in that sense always.
Yes. Absolutely.
I wanted to sweep.
That's
I'm
a
just
big
heading out.
one.
It's so good to see you again. And something else. I saw him clear as day. It wasn't a vision. It was a salutar, unbound by a pact. A wild one.
A wild
And
son.
if so, that means there's someone in the village with a flaw that's attracting it.
You talking to me?
I was praying.
I wanted to sweep.
I wanted to sweep. I don't know how long you want to sweep, but damn. So the overall level design thus far, like interior-wise, kind of simplistic, not super deep. Okay, that's cool. I do like the fact you can, like, multi-part quests you can actually flip through and switch around and stuff at will. Not something you get a lot in most games. Usually it's buried in a menu.
Let's take a look around.
So where do I need to go then? There. So where?
I felt something. Where is it?
Over
Oh,
my
found him.
dead body. I reject this verdict.
Well, I expected as much. And he wanted to come see you himself. He was first to judge.
I said what I said, and I won't change my mind. Go away. You're attracting gawkers.
Not gawkers. A witness. And let him listen. He'll see it fairly. Sir, this liar and thief stole a memento of my mother, and this witch says I'm supposed to hand my goose over to him too.
Because you strangled mine. And what do I care about some trinkets your mother left you?
Because we already know you strangled the goose, but you still haven't proved that Bogdan stole your pen.
Where is the justice here?
Like the neighbors, the big size in the corner. Split it in half. Cut the meat. Yeah, the stream's probably stuttering mostly because I'm doing this on a local machine, but I'm doing this on the max settings because I want to see how well this is going to hold up. So that's more of a game issue because it'll fluctuate.
Why don't you relax and listen to the words of the wise woman?
Well, all in all, it's, I'm sorry, Bogdan.
Come inside and tell me what you're doing here.
Wise woman's cottage.
The villagers seem to have a certain respect for you, ma'am, so I wanted to ask your help with something.
I'm not getting any younger, boy. Talk before I drop dead.
A lot of people benefit from your wisdom. They're superstitious and timid, as far as I've been able to figure out. Easy to control, right?
Pot calling kettle. That, my boy, that you can ask that charlatan with fancy dress and beard. Who takes advantage of who here? Bah! The people here are believers, of course. But the spirit in the village is real too.
Is this spirit you're talking about, not a person?
I heard it howling. That's nothing human. One evil spirit here persecutes people, and you can hear it now and then, sometimes.
Interesting.
Tragedies attract it, and impure thoughts.
This kind of reminds me of Shadow's Awakening.
Book of Arch.
But other places probably call it other things.
An evil spirit's an evil spirit. It torments people and turns their weaknesses against them.
And what if I told you I could get rid of it?
I'd say I'll believe it when I see it. And I'd ask, how else can I help you?
A lot of people benefit from your wisdom.
Pot.
Do you mean Rasputin?
He didn't bring that evil spirit here. He draws on the spirit because he got folk to heal. But it's not him who brought it. We brought it on. I heard it howling.
But other places...
An evil...
And what if...
That's...
Well then, I hope you'll still be...
There. Oh, something else
without
happened.
lifting a finger. Just Vesna will bring it, Vesna will help. But if Vesna needs help with something, there's nobody to be found. That's not yours, don't touch! All these newcomers causing more problems.
Found ya. What's that? Yeah, I know. Us Yankees don't know how to speak, right? And this is done by 11-bit, so I don't think it's an American studio. I mean, I could be wrong. Whoops, do not Discord. Let's see. Fool's Theory is the name of the studio. They're the guys that did 7 Enhanced Edition. So that would explain why. I don't think, though. Where are you located? Learn more. Where are y'all located? Or give me Twitter. So these guys are from Poland. So it's more of a English voice acting issue, honestly.
You've been going in so many circles, your head will spin.
Well then, I hope you'll...
Okay.
Am I sensing?
There we go.
I wanted to talk. Ma'am, please open the door.
Please go. We didn't invite any guests over. I'm telling you, go away, or I'll call for help! 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 Somebody help me!
What are you doing here, you tramp?
I'm not looking for trouble. I just wanted to talk.
We'll talk, all right.
Oh, here we go again. Okay, so this is the upgrades. Dimension. Punch. Oh, what happens next? Oh, okay. Interesting. Hey, Steve, what's going on? Oh, yeah, definitely I know Russian and Polish. People don't sound like that. And I'm just simply saying, like, it's an American acting problem. Down he goes, Captain. And down he goes. Another one bites the dust.
The devil sent you.
So for those wondering, this is
Sure.
kind of based around the Russian Rasputin time, so like 1917 time frame. So it's definitely an interesting bit to use. Well, it's you got to remember also. Hayes, you also got to remember that it is very much a. It's no different than like the Witcher games that they're actually.
Please open the door.
They are very much targeted to a certain demo of people. Like this is very much narratively focused and stuff, which that's fine.
Please, go. We didn't... Please, please. Please.
Nothing. So, do note this demo is about a month and a half old, give or take. I believe the build is for like sometime in October, so do keep that in mind.
Excuse me. I need to get to the local cemetery. Could you give me a lift?
I've only just come back from the...
I'll be right back.
Alright, let's manipulate this dude.
Maybe you'll change your mind and drop me off at the cemetery after all.
Well, on the other hand, this place isn't much more exciting than the cemetery. I meant to take the horse out for a run, so get on.
Dun, dun, dun. Table DX loading. Okay, can't go that way. I'm gonna go this way. Do. So for those that aren't familiar with Fool's Theory, they originally did 7 Enhanced Edition, which is a kind of an isometric action RPG. This isn't that same ilk, but without the fighting.
Does that mean I helped, Thaumaturge?
I see him. My Uber. He's back. I can feel our bond grow.
I'm happy for you, but do
I don't have enough words.
I'm glad I could help.
When I heard you were at the cemetery, I was sure I'd see you resurrecting the dead.
Not yet. Today I'm just praying for rest for Vasily's soul. The whole village is suffering after his loss. He was the elder here.
He cursed this place. Since he died, darkness and misfortune have hung over the village.
Speaking, so how is retirement treating you, Steve?
To them, every harm comes down to witchcraft. They believe that after Vasily's passing, the village was possessed by some monster that howls at night or some other Yafits.
What sorts of things change in the village after the elder died?
It's all dreadful, sir. Everything's gone topsy-turvy. When folks get to arguing now, they're so hot-headed, before you know it, they're at one another's throats. Ladies have no patience for kids, nor lads for ladies, nor neighbors for neighbors. Any word might seem offensive and like an insult waiting to happen. Then you've got to fight.
Tragedies such as Vasily's
Huh,
death
sounds
leave
like
their
real
mark
fucking
on
life right now.
everyone. It takes time to come to terms with something like this. That doesn't mean this place is possessed by dark forces.
Doesn't mean it's not either. I mean, let's be real. Like, that's, you know, kind of how the shit works. I mean,
how did this elder die?
There was a fire, sir. Flames shooting sky high, and him burning, swearing, speaking curses. And the curse stuck. Those ruins seem a profaned place now. A wicked spirit has taken over the blighted land.
Don't encourage her. Once she gets going, it can't be stopped.
I will say
This
that
could also be the work
I
of
do
the
like certain aspects of the game design. The overall graphical design stuff. I like that early 1900s deal.
Borderline of sleep and wakefulness. I thought I saw
Audio is good.
Salutor.
Like the voice acting and stuff. It's just the Russian and Polish accent stuff doesn't work too well.
But none too bright, Victor. I'm afraid they might be talking.
The wise woman was saying the evil spirit is a Bukavach.
Does the creature hunting you rattle chains, slither around, and have a mouth?
A Bukavach.
Where did this elder live?
I'll show you. Let's allow Vasily's soul to rest for today.
Trouble. Do let us think in that you're actually following Rasputin.
Can you feel it? It's the smell of mystery.
All right, so thus far, from what I've seen of this particular game, I do like the narrative structure. I do like the kind of interactive nature, the transition and cutscenes from the traditional kind of overhead isometric view to the more Baldur's Gate style game cutscenes and transitions are pretty good and smooth. However, the one thing I do like is they're a bit rough when they do it. But there's just, more personal preference than anything else. This is definitely a game to want and like. Like I said, I like the kind of drab pre-World War I kind of vibe, like the early 1900s kind of vibe that they have going on. The one thing that I can say is the stiff facial animations is something that I'm not a big of a fan of, but that's more of an Unreal Engine, as it's always been an Unreal Engine issue. The only other thing is, and like the voice acting's fine for, as far as having played some other games like Game Deck and stuff that are very text heavy and don't have a lot of voice acting. This one goes the opposite. It has a ton of voice acting, but the accents are a bit forced. So, but the quality of the actual, just like the voiceover work itself, taking the accents out, I think it's very well done in that regard. So very few complaints. The music's good, the graphics good. I love the fact that there's plenty of settings and stuff to change and tweak and whatnot. Probably the biggest thing that I can think of right off is the fact that like the controller and all that stuff just works. There's no headaches, no remapping, any of that kind of stuff. And this is on the PS5 DualSense. So I do like that fact as well. So they got a lot of stuff going right. This game comes out in, I believe, December 5th of this coming month. I don't think they have a price up quite yet.
In Warsaw,
they do not have a price on this yet.
Predicament.
But I would say that this is definitely a game worth looking at if you are into narrative focused games. If you're a fan of CRPGs, things like Game Deck, and those kind of style of games, I think you'll probably like this. There is a demo. Well, I don't know if there's an actual demo right now. I have the demo. That's all I can say. But I think it's a fair look at the game and to see how it kind of is. Yes, this is totally being done on Linux via Proton, of course. Like, do you really need to ask that at this point? Low spec, like, you guys should know that. I just don't argue or drive home that point much, other than maybe in the description of the video that it's being done on Linux. So, I just want people to enjoy games. Doesn't matter your platform. Like, the Linux people that need to know can know that I'm gaming on Linux, but I don't need to throw it in everybody else and be like, ha ha ha, so you can game on Linux. Like, doesn't matter. That people aren't here for that. People are here to enjoy some video games, and that's really what I'm here for on this. That's kind of where this intersectionality of my channel is, where when I say it's the fusion of Linux technology and gaming, I'm not lying. It's just the technology speaks for itself. Linux is literally in the channel name, and gaming's in the channel name. So all that stuff intersects for people to understand that I'm gaming on Linux. Oh no, I know. I'm just saying, like, I know some people are going to ask, oh, can it play on Linux? Well, yes, of course it plays on Linux. Like, I wouldn't be doing this if I was on, Windows. I generically don't stream much from my other systems. Steam Deck mostly when I do streaming. I don't do like actual like on hardware streams like I'm doing right now. It's not usually something I do. You know, unless I video capture from like a console, but I rarely even do that anymore. I got tons of games that I could probably do that with. I mean, I don't know, too many. So, yeah, so this comes out December 5th. If it has a fair price, I think it's probably worth it if you are really looking for a decently narrative focused game. Has a few interesting things with the combat and stuff, but overall I don't think it's anything groundbreaking. I've seen other games that do it. Joe Devers, The Lone Wolf is one of them, for the combat, kind of like card style structure. Maybe if you want to go a little more esoteric, Metal Gear Acid, kind of the same deal for the combat with cards and that kind of jazz. Trying to remember, I think was it Neo Trinity? I'm trying to remember what the name of that is. I don't have it off the top of my head. Neoverse, sorry, which is kind of a similar concept for the battle mechanics and stuff. So, and it's got like this kind of a vampire vibe to it. So I think it's pretty interesting combination of a lot of different genres and games and stuff that you normally won't see. And I do kind of like these mashups where it's a lot of different stuff. All right, so you guys got about 5 minutes for any questions or observations, etc. before I'm bouncing for the day. I gotta get ready to record for other things. So ask away, be it game, Linux, technology, you know, whatever, doesn't matter. No politics or religion, please. That's the only thing I ask. Do, 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 do. Let's see. Oh, actually talked to her.
This house was always full of fear, and its owner was still alive when the house caught fire. Someone wanted to kill him. The fire only covered up the crime. The murder gave birth to the flaw that you attached to, didn't it? I'll find you when I track down the murderer. I know who owns this doll. Maybe I should give them back to her. cheer to know more about what happened here.
Victor! I hope you've got what you want now, Thaumaturge. Because I think it's time to get out of here.
Why the hurry, father? We are the Tsar's men. How about the donation for the Tsar's army?
There are no Russian outposts here.
I think this is the guy with the nice boots. You're the guy who trashed our comrades?
This doesn't look like a fair fight.
That's why we're giving you a chance. Make a donation.
I didn't say the advantage was on your side.
Well, let's see how long I can last. Ooh, right upside the head.
Are you alright, sir?
Me? Yes, but can these salutors also help you in a fight? Can you manipulate people and cast these demons into their minds?
Generally speaking, yes. Are you sure you're alright, sir?
Call me Grigori.
Let's head back. I have to visit someone in the village who can tell me more about what happened here.
Alright, and with that, folks, I'm gonna call that a day. So that gives you kind of the Thaumaturge and kind of how it plays on Linux. Do note that the performance is probably a bit better when I'm not using the same machine to record and stream. Game comes out December 5th. So yeah, other than that, I will catch you guys on the flip. Have a good one. And you got on Patreon, comment, rate, subscribe, all that fun, typical YouTube jazz. I will catch you on the next one.